Hey, thanks to all new members and to each and every one of you who took the time to subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. I do this as a full-time job. You know why? Because I have an amazing community, and I'm not just making that up. I made a lot of good friends here, and getting to know a lot of you. Really appreciate the feedback, and many of you come back all the time. Thanks again. I can't get over what's up there on the moon. We're beside Bianchini crater, and the surface that I show, for some, it's just a surface that some of you, which I don't believe you, tell me you don't seem to understand. Uh, I've never flown in planes deliberately over top of buildings to see what they look like, but I ain't stupid. And I know that when you go up in a plane, objects get small really fast. But aside from them being objects, they have characteristics and some details. They're all reflective objects. Each and every one of the high elevated regions are connected to rectangles or squares that I've been showing more and more on the surface. And we're seeing another angle here where if you look at it in this angle, I'm sorry, I see industrial setups. That's what I see. I see big, massive industrial setups, a lot larger than they are here on Earth. A lot of people tell me, Bruce, it'd be nice of you to go back to the same areas and show us the same area again to be sure that those are structures that you're seeing and not pixelation. I've done it hundreds of times, right? But maybe not made a scene about it. But I'm going to in this video, and we're going to see great details of the surface and some comparisons. But anyways, I'll get into that a bit later. Let's just focus on what we're looking at right now. We're seeing lines going towards lights. But do you notice how the lights are on rectangular platforms? Hello? Wake up, world. I know a lot of you that come here already believe it and know what's up there, and by seeing this work actually know now even more what's up there. But I'm telling you, some people are pretty naive, and it has nothing to do with me wanting everybody to believe this. You guys have to. I'm sorry. There's something up there on the moon, and what bugs me is that the religions that are teaching that there was a God and nothing else in this entire solar system come and ask me after why I don't go to church on Sundays. I'm sorry. I have respect for those who do, and you guys, you guys know I have nothing against religious people. But for me, I'm not going to stick my nose into any religion when they're not telling us the truth. As hard as it is for some to say and to realize that, I'm not shy to mention it because it's true. So, are you ready to flip out? Mr. John Lear had appreciated, a retired CIA agent, a couple of shots of the surface that I had shown that was showing structuring. But what about going back to that same area 1 year later and to be able to retrace and to pinpoint side by side each bloody object on the surface, thus proving the image that I did show that everybody liked at the beginning was not a fake image. This video is very revealing, and this part of the video is very important for those trolls that didn't appreciate me not showing the same areas a second time. And this is what happens. It's not always easy to go back and get the same areas, but we did it. And I'm going to linger and gloat about it because this is something important that people are not believing me. 7 billion people, over almost 8 billion people here in this world, supposedly, that we know about. So they say we never counted them, but let's just assume that's real. They all have to know, each and every one of you have to know what's up there on the moon. And the way I'm doing this research is straight up legitimately. It should be credible because I'm doing the same thing everyone else is doing. And maybe just even a little bit more exposing. So let's go see that surface area, 1 year apart, 2 images, same bloody structures. I can't believe that I'm sitting here looking at the proof, the details that would change the entire freaking world and every religious establishment in the entire face on the entire face of the earth. Now look at this object wrapping around a year ago with like a rectangle and a light at the end of it. You see the craters on each side also. Well, I've showed this, and now this is this year, and you could see the same structuring on the surface, that same line bending around the rectangle with the light, which is still illuminated 1 year later. We could see the dark circles on each end, which the other photo has a different angle. Now we're upside down. Let's go right side up. There it is, dead center. You see that wrapping around there. A lot of people tell me, oh, you show objects and you don't go back and get them. Well, there's no more bullshit now because I'm showing them. And that black on the right is not the exact same black spot. It's a smaller one because its angle is different. As you can see, we are offset. And you could see the black spots and you could see all the structuring that was in the other image right here. Some areas are more covered up. Some areas are less covered up. Snow, I don't know what the reasons are, whatever. But still, we're seeing some changes on the surface. And this year, I'm working hard at documenting all of that. I've been documenting it, but showing it. Look at this. Aristarchus crater. Beautiful surface area all around it, which nobody ever sees, and they never show us. I have a good way of filtering the surface legitimately. It's credible. I'm not doing anything that others aren't doing. I'm just taking more time, being more tedious, and maybe spending a bit more investigation on how to filter these images properly. We're trying to filter out light. It's never easy. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. And you can see it here with the simple filterings, black and white, red, yellow, green. It's the same thing repetitively that I do each and every year. It's the 5th year started now. And my goal is to show you the surface, whether they be constructed objects. You could see right there. What's those 2 lines circular in the surface? It was dug out. It's definitely industrial mining or something, or they were making roads. I'm just so excited. I'll take it down, Tone. I'm just so excited at the reaction the world's going to have. It is going to happen at one point. The world is going to wake up. But when I say the world, I mean the world. At one point, everyone's going to start wondering, hey, wait a minute. So what's this, a cannon? It's something rising up off the surface. I've even showed this image before, but not even noticed myself this elevated object. And we can see the shadow underneath it also. And again, connected to a light source. I say light source quite simply because it's connected to a bright area or bright object, whether it be a crater or not. We were analyzing some of the, look at just the simple color changes. I mean, look at the connection. Okay, here it is. Exposure taken right down. There's the object. Some don't appreciate it and some do. It shows us the surface. That was actually the last one, the clearest image. Even though it seems darker, we can see the surface and, everything that's up there. Love this one. I've showed it before. Just, it boggles my mind. It's triangular. Anyways, it has a straight edge. And you got to wonder, what are these dark spots? They don't, they're not in a relationship to the surrounding areas beside it. Look at this tunnel object that I call a tunnel or straight line that's right beside Copernicus crater, because Copernicus is that bright object on the top left. That's the rim of it. So we're actually even on Copernicus crater's edge. Look at that. Straight up, legitimate, without tampering, straight lines and objects on the surface, like many of them. What do you think of this one? Inverted, everything taken down. It's clear to me that you could clearly see the patches that are blurry sitting over top of areas like it's thrown over or, whatever, trees, snow. I don't know what they are, but look at this square crater, square-ish. No, it's pretty square. It's a bunch of objects all together forming a square, and inside in the bottom depth there's a light and what looks like billowing smoke sometimes we can see from there. And look, everything is connected. That's pretty cool. You see, there's a pattern on the surface of each and every area. They have the same similarities. For example, the patches that not many people find interesting, but honestly, it's details of the surface. We're looking with a 14-inch telescope. Listen, I don't have the telescope that is at the Vatican, obviously. I don't have Lucifer. But let me tell you something. A 14-inch telescope is a very big telescope, and it's a very good telescope. I have a Celestron, one of the most professional models, floor models that people use, scientists themselves. They use even 11 inches to go do work, the regular work that they have to do to view the stars and everything. So we're able to get a really good glimpse of the surface. Talk about a Death Star. These tunnels are going into the ground. Whatever they may be, we can really see signs of it. Let's go look at a few asteroids whizzing by the sun to end off the video, and I'll get another one up for you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for becoming a member, and we're going to go see a couple of nice sun shots. If it wasn't for my amazing community, this channel wouldn't even exist. Thanks a whole bunch, everyone. I really appreciate it. And then my name really up there, and then my name inspired. Really up there, and then my name
This is Houston. Say again, please.